Hey guys, Rob John Webb here. If you'd watched the video I made the other day where I'd re-downloaded Propellerhead's Reason and got back in touch with it as a production tool and realised how much I'd missed it, I made a short demo on there the other day and somebody commented saying that they struggle with selecting the right sort of sounds for a deep house track. They gave me a reference track and I listened to that reference track. The link's in the description below. I'm not going to play it for copyright reasons. But I took inspiration from that track and kind of come up with something sort of similar in a similar vein, using the similar sounds. Obviously, I've just done this without being too expert on Reason as of yet. You know, it's been many years since I've used it, and I've just dug a few sounds out. I listened to the track, the reference track, and I thought, yeah, I can knock something up in a similar vein, and I'll show you how I made those sounds, I selected those sounds, and how quick and easy it is for you to use Reason as well. And also don't forget you can use this within Ableton. So if you don't want to use the sequencer in this, the arranger, you know, you can still use this as a third party. So it's really worth looking into, especially for some of the presets that are really, really good. I don't know why Reason gets such a bad, you know, rap, but it is absolutely brilliant in my opinion. So I've knocked up a little tune, and as I say, the link for the track by the artist Zetbee on Salted Music is in the description below. It's not copied it, it's just took inspiration and the sort of style from it. And have a listen. So once I've played the little demo, I'm going to break it down for you and show you how simple it is to make a soulful sort of house track, deep house track. Let's go. Just a very short demo. And that's it. Very short and sweet, nothing special. So I'm going to break it down for you now. As I say, the link for the track by Zetbee is in the description. I'm not going to play it, obviously, as I said, for copyright, but I took inspiration from that. I didn't copy it exactly, but I just wanted to take the ideas of that and then make a short demo. But this is basically a on the surface demo. You know, there's no depth to this at all in terms of my knowledge in Reason as of yet, and how further I could take this track. This is just like showing you how to create a quick sketch of a deep house sort of track, and just, you know, learning to build on top of that, so you get the basic fundamentals and then you can start to develop it and build on it, so forth and so forth. So let's have a quick look. So all I did was I got this first part, which was the Rhodes chords, and in here this came from, I'm going to bring this down here like this lot. This came from the Mimic Creative Sampler, which is a really, really cool thing. And it's got a progression chord Rhodes sample in there, right, which is just basically a few loops. And it opens up in multi-slots, so it gives you 8 multi-slots there. And what that means is all of the sounds are broken up onto different keys, like sliced, you know, and so on. So they're broken up into eight different keys. But if you change it to pitch, with the first one, you can have like A, C, and G. So you can create that kind of bed. Very simple. So that creates the basis of the track. So you know, you instantly got that kind of groove in A minor. So we have that, and that's just perfect. So you can create those kind of stabby riffs. Go even lower. Classic old school sort of deep house technique. So that's what I did there. So that's how I created that bit. The next bit is just a loop that I put in there. Put a kick in there from the house kit, you know, the really cool Dubfire kick. I love that kick. It's an old one, but it's really good. Then it obviously goes down to the bass line. So we needed a bass line. So I got the Polytone here, which is a dual layer synth. And I got a bass pattern called the rough bass. And it was like this, I think, initially, kind of old school sort of, you know. So all I did was just turn the filter down, give it that subbiness, simple stabs, and then you just, you know, solo the bass, and it goes like that, dead easy. And then loop the thing on top, and there's your groove. Stick a beat on, and that was it. And then on top of that, I stuck another drum pattern on from the Dr. Octo Rex, just a straight house beat from in there. And that was this one. I'll just take the solos off them. Just that classic sort of house beat. And I did, that was it. That was all I did for that. So it kind of creates that instant sort of, you know, jam that you want to do. So when you want to make up something quite fast, and my glasses are steaming up, I do apologise. So, right, basically, the next part, in the track of the reference track, the Zetbee, there's a like an angelic sort of choir sort of sound that's kind of gated, going that gently in the background, very subtle, because the track itself is, the main part of the track is like vocals chopped up. And I've not done that, obviously, because I don't want to, you know, spend too much time doing that. That could take me for ages, especially in a new digital workstation like this. So all I did was I went to the rack again, and I got a combinator, and in the combinator I went to the voice section and got a pad sound, a choir pad sound called the Lush Choir, and that's this. If I go up the octaves, it's just that, it's just quite trancy on its own, but when you play it with the other stuff, if we go here, look, just really nice, just fits well. So all I did with that was I added onto that a gate, and I got the alligator here, look, and choose the lead runner preset. There's obviously tons and tons of them. So I put that on there and just gated it slightly, and away you go, and you've got that kind of moody sort of deep house track. And then you can go for the roads. And that's it. That's all you have to do to get a little deep house going, you know, like that, where it can take you just a handful of minutes just to get something built. And then from there on, you can start layering it and getting a bit more technical with it and adding vocals or whatever. So the next thing to do was to add the Rhodes lead, which is a classic, simple Mark II vibey Rhodes, which is this one in the NXT sampler. And it sounds like this. All I've done to that is just added a simple delay on there, look, from the digital delay. Dry wet at about there, look, about 20 to 30. Feedback at about the same, and just... And that's all you need, is a simple Rhodes. You don't have to go, you know, too crazy over it. And just jam around, you know. I mean, it's in A minor, so all I've done is played the notes in the scale of the A minor. And also I pitch bent the sound, so it goes, you know. So that was what happens there. So when the track drops from here and it's got the little breakdown, then you do the loop and you drop the Rhodes. And that's it. That's all you have to do. So let's have a quick recap on the sounds that I've used in here. So we'll go all the way back up to the creative sampler here. I've used the pitch mode chord progression Rhodes stabs in there and turned it into like a chord, if you like, sort of like a pad bedding. There's loads of different sounds in there that you can use. I mean, there's tons, look. There's just all these you can, you know, manipulate and whatnot. So that was the kind of bedding of the track. A simple kick from the re-drum, the bass from the polytone, which I turned down the filter, and just, you know, made it more subby. The Rhodes with the delay, a Dr. Octo loop, and then of course the gated Lush choir pad with the one note in the A and just gated it and give it a little bit of that kind of atmosphere that the track needed. Obviously, as I say, I've not copied the track directly, but I've just took influence from listening to it and gone, okay, I can do something similar to that, and put it forward. So that is it for this. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you've taken something from that. Don't forget, I've not got much experience in using Reason for a long time, so this is all quite new to me. So obviously, the more you do it, the better you become. So even if you just take Reason for a month, for 4 weeks trial, for £1 or €1 or $1, whatever your currency is, and just take it from there. But yeah, that's pretty much it, really. So yeah, take those inspirations from that, take some inspiration from that, and develop your deep house techniques just by keeping it simple and just layering the classic sounds together and then adding your own touch to the top of that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.